Bergkamp. Perez. Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello and welcome to a Bergkamp Wonderland, an Arsenal podcast, the end of our 10th season of podcasting. And I don't know what, Facebook is just being a twat as usual. Anyway, with me tonight, the man back from the dead. We thought we'd never see him again. He'd been wheeled. If you saw the photo that he sent me when he was sitting in the hospital with his dressing gown on, with his legs crossed, you could have thought he was a World War I survivor. That's how knackered he looks. Dan, young man, wonderful to have you back. How are you?
Yeah, I'm a lot better now, thank you, Danny. It was a 1 week of hell, and I'm glad to be back and here talking to you on the last of our previews for this season. Yes,
indeed. It's sad times is all I'm going to say. Sad times because I've enjoyed your company over the year. I mean, we might do a few of the USA tour. Yeah, I don't know if you're not going to go to any of them, are you?
Well, if there's one in Vegas, I was thinking about it because Vegas is not that difficult to get to from where I am. So
yeah,
it will depend.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be nice. Get down there, get a little bit of sunshine on your bonce. Oh, no, you ain't got a bonce anymore, have you? It's full of hair. Should we say hello to some of the boys and girls, mums and dads, cats and dogs in the chat? My camera's making me look very very hunched over. What's it doing? Oh, it needs to be more like that, doesn't it? I try and mirror whoever's on. There we go. Move me up a little bit. Make me look taller and slimmer. Lovely. Right, first of all, we have Ron Ree, who's there. He said he's not staying here, but he would stop by for a 4-0 prediction. So I've saved that. Terry is here. Shalom all. Or shalom to yourself, Squire. Peter Coulson, greetings and salutations. Everyone's in a bloody good mood, Stanley. Anyone would think that we've got a chance tomorrow.
We have got a chance.
We do. Oh, wait, you'll wait till later. That's why I've put in my name, it says it's 97-98 all over again, and Stans says via Vancouver. Yeah, not giving much away. Pete Colson says, he's done that one. Braid's Banana Evening. Oh, Stefan. Hi, gentlemen. Tom, Andrew, oi, oi. BX Gunner. Good evening, everyone. Stefan says, congratulations on 10 seasons, done it. It is, couldn't have done it on my own. Well, I could have done, but nobody watching, so get fed up with me. But cheers, Steph. Canterbury Gooner is there. Phil Macker, hello, ladies. Just cooking some chicken Kiev. Hope you're both doing okay. I had a pack of cold beef and a pack of cold ham.
I do like the chicken Kiev, by the way. Very nice.
Oh, you don't know what the goo is inside. Ooh.
It's got
you don't know what the chicken is. The chicken's mechanically recovered chicken. Don't touch that. Hente is there. If you listen to the last pod, Hente, we talked about your stat about percentage winning seasons. Yep, nice to be here. Pete says, ahoy, ahoy, Dan and Stan, you magnificent human beings. Terence Tibbs, ladders, talk to me. Apparently, he's just called Terry Tibbs. I don't even know if that is related to the face jacker. Anyway, I said that very loudly. Sorry about that. Heading over from tomorrow's match from Northern Ireland with my family of 6 Gooners.
Wow.
Lovely jubbly. Well, I hope they do it for you. You got 6 tickets. You, sir, have got enough money if you sell them outside the ground to pay your mortgage off. Liam is there. I haven't seen you for a while, Liam. How you doing? Nice to see you. Tom Andrew, hello, Stan.
If you sold those 6 tickets, you could probably retire early.
Could do. You could buy yourself your own club. You could buy Glentoran. Tom said he didn't know that you were ill. Well, he wasn't massively ill. He just had a bit of a turn. It's that time when he did his back in. He had a double whammy of illnesses, so he's beaten them off like Captain America with his big shield. So he's hoping you feel better. Patrick Carlson. Hello, Patrick. Have you still got snow in Sweden? I mean, it is summer. We've got a bit of a heat wave in the UK coming in the next few days. I expect Patrick is knee deep in snow Can't be going out for a walk to ease the nerves. Are you listening to us while you're walking? Give us a come on, you Gunners. Shout it out. Shout out loudly and see if anyone says anything. Shout out, you can. Boy 10 is here. Football commentary on YouTube has gone down the toilet for the last 2 seasons. Everyone lost their head, suddenly wants to make memes. I have got an entire folder full of memes. And if anybody can explain to me why the elephant in the tree wearing an Arsenal kit meme, unless it's never forget. RKM, I don't think I've seen your name before, RKM. Oh, new to the chat. That'll be why. Cheers from NC. What's that, NC? North Carolina? Huh?
So I was thinking, what's NC?
North Carolina?
Yes, that works.
Yeah. Love your brutal honesty. It's what brought me back. Now I'm subscribed. Thank you very much, RK. Shame it's not RKO. Then me and Stan would both go, oh, could it be? Anyway, Avon is there. Sage butter. Stick that up your bum as well, Avon. Liam, hope the Man City chef is doing lasagna tonight. Fuck yes. Hope we're going to go and let the fireworks off at the wrong bloody place again. Tom Andrew, Granite Invincible. We have got a little bit of that we might touch on. Rosemary Butter says, Boy 10. Sai is here. Prepare yourselves some Sai nonsense. Cantley Biguna, my Northern Irish FM team was Ballymash Rangers. Well, we all know that I am tits deep in a Football Manager 23 save. I am with ABWFC, gone from tier 20 to tier 7. I'm in my 3rd season of tier 7 after getting 13 promotions. Is it 13? No. It's 14. 14. Stop. Can't get out of his stand. My players keep winning 5, losing 5. Boy 10, elephant in the tree means the peak of rival desperation. Good. Our RK is indeed in North Carolina. That's where our shredder, Jason, lives in North Carolina. And I think that's where Drew went to move to North Carolina. BX says, Charlotte in the house. Yes, I've got your things, haven't I? I didn't do it for today because I got up at 6:30. And Stan said, I'm ready to go. I said, I've only just got up. I'm in ketosis at the moment. So weeing every 2.5 hours. There you go. Stan, we've gone 7 minutes before I start talking about my bowel movements. Pathetic. Dave Moyes, it's time to repay Mike. It is. Patrick, the only thing cooling here is the champagne. Come on, you hammers. What a wonderful comeback, Patrick. Like that. Is Kane cursed? We'll save that question for the end. Yes. Right, young Stan, let's pull our fingers out and get on with the show. First of all, where can you see the game, as nobody is asking? Now, where is that gone? I had an actual tab for that. Oh, it's gone away. I must have clicked on something else. I'm going to have to go down to preview. Arsenal TV schedules. Oh, it is here. Oh, I scrolled up. So, there's been a lot of hullabaloo, a lot of ankle biting. That's not a thing. Saying, oh my God, the Arsenal game isn't on Sky Sports. What's going on? They're showing Liverpool. They're showing Man City. Calm down, people. Calm your tits. It's on TNT Sports 1 and TNT Sports Ultimate. And for some unknown reason, Stan, Discovery Plus. So if you want to watch it, it's on Discovery Plus. Actually, I need to somebody remind me at the end to tell Sean's mum who's got Discovery Plus that she can watch the game tomorrow because she will want to see that. Yes, so whereabouts in somebody in the chat, pick a country. We haven't done this for a while, Stan. Somebody pick a country anywhere in the world and I'll tell you what channel it will be on. Oh, Boy 10's put in another question. Avon says, I'm not sure you clocked our last game against West Ham, but I'm betting they do. Moving on from that. Boy 10, going to have 2 workings overtime on this preview. Yes. Size put UK. Behave yourself. Here we go. Avon's put Kenya because we used to say pick a country and we tell you where it is on. For a kicking for Kenya. Indeedy, Kenya. Supersport Football Plus, ROA. DSTV Now. Supersport Maximo 1. Sam, they can't say we don't supply a service, can they?
No, they should be paying for it as well.
They should be thankful. Oh, Stan put Bellies. I've got rid of it now. Liam said,
I used to live in Belize.
Did you? What were you doing there?
I used to live in a place called Ambergris Key. And if you ever heard that song by Madonna where she goes, "Last night I dreamt of San Pedro." Well, I lived in San Pedro. Well, I lived there.
I thought it was a person.
No, it's a place.
Oh.
San Pedro Town, Ambergris Key.
And there was a Michael Jackson song where he says, "Put your pens away." As in, put your pens away. That's one for the kids. But we're not allowed to talk about old Jacko, you know. Sad times. There's a bit of cut and pasting. What else did we have to do? That's the stream. We don't have to do that. That's this one. Injury table, Stan. Are you aware of any injuries? Because I wasn't.
Maybe Timber is playing again and he's coming back from injury. I think that's about it, isn't it?
That is it. But they said Saka was injured on the 19th of May. Oh, on the 12th of May, should be fine. Come along, physio, what's it called? Premierinjuries.com. You can't have that. And the one for Timber on the 3rd of May saying, it's tricky, there are only 3 games to go. Come on, sort your lives out. It's not hard to update a website. I managed to do ours, so that can go out the window. Then let's have a look at the recent games against Everton at home in the Premier League. 3 games ago, Stan, 23rd of April 2021. Carlo Ancelotti was manager. Bernd Leno scored an own goal. They beat us 1-0. Do you want
to hear
right.
I forgot Ancelotti was the Everton manager for a very short spell.
I bet he'll never get that stink out. I'll line out that day, Stan. Leno in goal. Centre backs of, I think we played 3 at the back that day. Chambers, Mari and Holding. And then central midfield, Partey and Xhaka and Ceballos and Smith-Rowe. And then it looks like we had Saka on one wing, Pepe on the other, and Eddie and Nketiah up front. Fucking hell. And Willian, Odegaard and Martinelli all came on as subs. Martinelli, why wasn't he starting? I want to move on from that, Stan. 2 games ago, 22nd of May, 2022. The Arsenal 5, Everton 1. Frank Lampard was their manager. We scored first, Martinelli penalty, and then it was Nketiah scored a goal, and then Van der Beek scored a goal. Then Suarez, Gabriel, and Odegaard scored goals for us. So that's what we need tomorrow. We need another 5-1 demolition. And the last time we played them at home in the Premier League was the 1st of March 2023. Smashed them 4-0. Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Martinelli again. Stan, do you remember any of those games? Because I don't.
No. I don't even remember the games from 2 weeks ago. I have a really bad memory for all that sort of stuff. So no.
Thank God it's not it's a preview, not a review, because I am horrendous at remembering any of that lot. I mean, Martinelli to score 2 goals in one Premier League game when I think he's only got 6 all season. Just having a little look. He's got in all competitions. He's got 8.
He's not had his best season compared to what he's done in the past for whatever reasons.
No, he's not had a great season. Obviously, I can't read out all your questions, people. Got one for. Has Boy 10 now done 4 questions? He's done 3 questions. Wow. I'll come to them later. So that's all the previous games out of the way. So, that's pretty much the line. Most of those players will be playing tomorrow. The only player that isn't at the club anymore is Xhaka, who's been busy. He's gone away. So what else have we got to look at? We have previous records against the club as a manager. Arteta against Everton. He has played 8 games, won 4, lost 4. That's not good. Matches against Dyche. He has played 8, because some of these will be Burnley. 1, 3, drawn 3, lost 2. But Sean Dyche, who's younger than me, fuck off. Look at this. He looks about 90. He's record against Arsenal. Played 18 games, Stan. He's won 2, drawn 3, and lost 13. Does that warm the cockles of your heart?
Well, it's very promising, isn't it? You know, very promising.
It is. I didn't realise it was that bad. First time he managed against us was 1st November 2014. We smashed him 3-0, 1-0, beat them 2-1, beat them 1-0, beat them. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first 11 times he played us, he lost, going from 14 to 19. Wow. And the only times he's beaten us was twice, and it was 1-0 wins, fluky wins, I'm going to assume. So, Let's have him. Not interested. Some ex-Arsenal players who have played for Arsenal and Everton, Stan. Let's start from the bottom. Tim Coleman, Frank Bradshaw, Joe Mercer. Wasn't he a manager? Jeff Barrett, Alan Ball. We all know Alan Ball. Trevor Ross, George Wood, goalkeeper. He's in Ian Wright's book. Ian Wright didn't like him. Martin Keown, Anders Limpar. Do you remember that he played for Everton?
Yeah, briefly.
He did. That's who we sold him to. He said he cried. Yeah. I was sat next to him at Highbury once, and he said the day that we went, George Graham called me in the office, said, I'm selling you, and then Anders Limpar cried. Stephen Hughes. Oh, that's one for the dads.
He's made a few players cry, hasn't he, George Graham, for selling them? It's not the first.
He did. Franny Jeffers, Richard Wright, Kieran Agard, never heard of him. Philippe Senderos, we loaned him to Everton. I forgot about that. A certain little central midfield dynamo called Mikel Arteta used to play for Everton. Have you ever heard of him, Stan?
Vaguely.
And then you got the two that have together have fixed our FFP, Theo Walcott, Alex Iwobi, together £52,900,000, Stan. I can't help but smile when I see those stats. Lovely. Boys put another question in.
I forgot one.
Is what?
You forgot a player. Kevin
Campbell.
I
know. I'm just looking here. Kevin Campbell. Yeah, Canterbury Goon. I hadn't forgot. There's some on there they haven't even put. João Virginia, their Portuguese young goalkeeper. He's still there. Was there any more? Kevin Richardson. That's another one that's not on the list that helped win the title at Arsenal. What other ones is there? Ooh. Now I can't think of any more because I'm busy trying to do the show. Boy 10 has put something here. Hope it's good. Honestly, lads, game week 38 is a bit of a dead rubber. At least the rest of the league got to see how devoid of standards the Spuds are. Should we take a moment to have a little laugh at Spurs, Stan, with the open top bus parade because they managed to get a point against what do they do?
Absolutely.
They let Man City win.
They're absolutely pathetic, man.
They are.
That's what their goals are for a season. It's just pathetic. Really is just. It's so laughable. It's embarrassing as well, right? Do you know what I mean? That's all they've got to cling on to is what we're doing, not what they're doing and how to better themselves. Because if you get into the Champions League, look how much money we've made from the Champions League this season, 91 million. That allows us to continue to grow, buy better players. And they don't seem to realise that. They'd rather lose, and not. They'd rather like us, the opposition, lose to hurt us, even though they can't get into the Champions League. I mean, what's that kind of mentality? They could do with that extra money to buy better players and to progress, but they're not concerned about that. I think it's just laughable.
It is. It just sums them up. There was a really good. I don't know. I'm just getting it from my
and the fans Twitter as well. Even after what their manager has said, you think that would maybe fix. Make you realise what the bigger picture. They're still fighting against it. They're saying things like you've only been here for 5 minutes and don't tell us what to do. You know what I mean? You don't know the roots of this club. We've been around since 18, whatever. It's ridiculous that they're still pushing back on it.
Yeah.
When the manager's told him that he wants to win football matches, that's what he's there for.
He wasn't happy. Matches. He was furious, wasn't he?
Also, as well, when he said he's learned in the last 48 hours about how the club is inside and out. Yeah. I've got a feeling, and again, it's a conspiracy theory. Not only was he pissed off about how leading up to the game, the attitude of the Tottenham fans, but I think that within the walls of Tottenham, he's probably been walking around and he's probably overheard a few conversations. Maybe some of the executives have gone past in the canteen and go, big game we got against City. We don't really want Arsenal to benefit out of it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And he's probably sitting there thinking, is this for real? I mean, I'm speculating, but when he said inside and outside, I think he's heard things within the walls of the club that has made him think, is that all this club is worried about? Really, they're not really worried. They're not worried about progressing. We might have had a bit of a shit season, but we could really go and test ourselves against the best team in the world. We could really try and put on a really good game and see how good some of these players are against some of the best players in the world. And they don't want to do that. They'd rather throw the game.
Very true. There was a minute ago. There's 14 people watching on Facebook. Hello to all of you. If you give it a thumbs up, a smiley face, a sad face, it will pop up on my screen here, and then I will read out your name if you want me to do that, or just put something in the chat. Either way, someone used AI to make this? If you're at home on the bus having a poo, walking the dog, it is a blue open top bus. It's a bus parade. You've got, I don't know why. The Spurs players are waving trophies. They shouldn't really be. You can tell by the writing that it's AI generated because it never gets characters right. So it's an old-fashioned 1940s London bus in blue with along the side of it, "We stopped Arsenal" with a chicken on a basketball, and then it says Tottenham Hotspur underneath. But then all the players have got the AIA on the shirts, but they're holding about 5 trophies, Stan. So I don't know what parallel universe this is in.
I think one of them
sums them up, doesn't it?
One of them is probably the Intertoto Cup. One of them is probably the Audi.
Oh, yes.
I mean, one of them is probably like a personal trophy for having the most assists in the season or some shit like that, personal kind of a thing. That's probably what it is. Nothing of any significant note.
And Harry Kane's turned up with his Bundesliga top goal scorer trophy.
Yeah. Which is I found quite amusing, which is actually in the shape of a cannon. Have you seen it? The Bundesliga trophy is a cannon on a plaque. So talk about
I've seen it.
The guy. I love that. That was excellent.
Yeah, because they were teasing him before the season started, saying if you finish top goal scorer, this is what you're going to win. And they paid £100 million, and all he got was an Arsenal trophy. I mean, I know plenty of Arsenal fans that would love that on there. I know Richard. No, not it's Andrew.
Yeah, lovely the mantelpiece.
Andrew and Gav, they both collect the cannons, and they put them up on their wall. And Andrew's just got his new place, and he got 3 shelves. He's got a little cannon, big cannon, a medium-sized cannon on there. So people love them. They collect them. Pete says Spurs have completely humiliated themselves, and the Hand has seen them for what the piss-poor shambles they are.
But it's not the first time, though, is it? I mean, Conte tried to tell us what their mentality was like. Do you remember the Conte interview? That was brilliant. You know what I mean, when he really laid it all out. I mean, it's not the first time. I think Mourinho, another one of their managers, also tried to tell us about their mentality or lack of it as well. So there seems to be a common trend that managers go there and then realise that they've been sold a pup.
Very true. Avon, I think you may well have heard the tweet that I heard by Andy Gray. I hadn't actually realised this, but since the 115 charges, City haven't supplied any of the mandatory information on their club required by the Premier League. They should have had a points deduction this season. Yeah, they're just refusing. I mean, going all the way back to 2019, haven't handed it in, haven't given this, haven't given that. It's a really good tweet.
You should lose points for that, for dragging your heels and holding it up. There should be a punishment. It's like if you're paying money off to the bank and you miss payments, they don't go, okay, just pay again next month. You get interest. You get a punishment, right? You got to pay more. You get punished for it. So they should be punished for it, for dragging their heels. And if you've got nothing to hide, I mean, if you take away the 115 charges and they've done everything correct, what they've managed to achieve over the last 5 years or whatever is nothing short of magnificent if you're going to take your Arsenal hat off. But if you've got this hanging over your head, why would you want to tarnish yourself? If you've got nothing to hide, you would just submit everything as quick as you can. There you go. Look through that, you wankers. And then when they realise that you've done nothing wrong, you can stick your 2 fingers up to everyone. But they're not doing that. They're dragging their heels. They're refusing to hand over necessary paperwork which could exonerate them. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. All the while that they drag their heels is that they have a spotlight on them, and not a good one, and they're just tarnishing themselves.
You can come in and wait. I'll only be about another 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sexy Frank is here. He's been.
Is that Sexy Frank?
That is Sexy Frank. Come say hello to people.
I've heard so much about this fella.
The sexy bit.
He's come round he's 50 and he's got a Lambretta. Frank has been to 1 football game with me. It was the end of the season. Leeds beat us to stop us winning the title. He's never coming again.
Never want to.
And now he pretends he supports Liverpool. He knows nothing about it. I had a picture because somebody put up about the goal. Here it is, people. It is the 4-0 v Everton in 1998. My favourite season, my favourite player, my favourite goal, my favourite game. That someone's taking a photo of a photo.
Brilliant.
But
fantastic.
Good picture that.
Very good.
Somebody in the chat, Tunjai. Samuel says, will Tony Adams be in the stadium, possibly come on and score our 4th goal tomorrow?
He's going to be in the stadium. As I understand it, there's a celebration happening to commemorate, I think it's like something like 20 years since the Invincibles. And as I understand it, all of the team that were in the Invincibles are going to be having some sort of a presentation and maybe a get-together and a dinner or something. So I'm sure we will see Tony Adams in one of his famous corduroy suits that he likes to wear.
Oh, God. Terry Tibbs makes
brown
a good point
corduroy, jumbo cords as well, the big fat ones as well.
Deluxe and thick. Terence Tibbs says, AI made Tottenham look less like a shithole. He's got a point there. I mean, there's no burning shops and there's no shit all over the floor and there's no one rioting. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lovely place.
It looks quite charming.
How clean that road is.
I know. Right, where are we going down to? Need to get on with this. So we have done all the Everton one. That can go away. That's the squad in case anyone asks me any questions. How's the game going to go, Stan? And what is the lineup going to be? Because we have got my fabled 3-1s here. I think, do we start with Partey in the Jorginho role? Or do we go...
No. I'm done with Thomas Partey.
So am I.
On a couple of weeks ago, before the last game, we were talking on Arsenal fan circle, and I'm like, look, Thomas Partey is he's a great footballer. There's no doubt about it. But we just don't get the usage out of him enough. He's never available enough for us to see those talents. And he's a little bit streaky. He has games where he's not on it. And when he's not on it, he's absolutely dire when he has those days. And I said before the last game, all I want from this guy is can you please give me the 2 of your best performances? You've got 2 games left. You're probably going to be on your way. Can you at least pay us back by giving us 2 fantastic performances to round off the season? And I actually felt in that last game, he was dire. And I actually put a tweet out saying, can we please take this guy out of, put him out of his misery and bring somebody else on, because it's not happening. And because of that performance in the last game, I don't want to see him now in the next one, in this next game tomorrow. I would rather go with Jorginho, and if Partey has to come off the bench a little bit later because of Jorginho's legs, then so be it. But I've lost confidence in him. I want him to be sold now. And it's not because I think he's a shit footballer. As I say, it was about 3 or 4 months ago where the stat was he's played less than 30% of the games that he's played since he's been at Arsenal. And that figure must have gone down lower now. It's not good enough. You're not getting our money's worth. You can't plan you can't plan with Thomas Partey. You can't put him in your plan. So we may as well try and recoup some money, unfortunately.
You
just had a sale.
It is, yeah. Well, no, I don't know. Someone's kind of. I've got an Arsene. I've got all my Corinthian figures. I've got an Arsene Wenger one still sealed in its pack, and they're usually 30 quid. This idiot's offered me 15 quid, and so no, I'm just going to go and take a picture of someone put what Boy 10 put on the screen. I'm sending it to Frank. So that Frank, oh, that's a picture of me. We don't want that. There we go. Evening, sexy Frank.
I want any part of any football talk, please.
You shush your nonsense. I've sent you a WhatsApp.
Hang on, can I just say to Canterbury Guna, he's asked me if I was EIE back in the day, but I'm going to need more information. I don't know what that means.
It's AR everywhere. They is everywhere or something. I think it was when the Spurs fans were being attacked by the Arsenal fans, and it's like they are everywhere.
It's
something
what is
shouted. It? They are everywhere. Something along that.
Who's
they are. As in the Gooners were everywhere. They're all over them.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what it meant. I remember looking it up. Okay. Pete's put another question in. Right, let's... I think you're right about that. I don't want Partey to start. He has been mainly uninspiring. And one of the goals... What was the last game we played? Who did we play? I've forgotten already. Was it Man United? Yeah, it was Man United. He didn't... Yeah. Well, the player ran past him, and he didn't even run after him. First of all, you should stop him. Secondly, you run after him. He didn't run after him. He didn't stop him. I don't want him anywhere near this team tomorrow. I want Jorginho starting in that place. So
me too.
That will be my starting line. Actually, no, I want Trossard on the left.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Everything there looks good, but I would have Trossard in place of Martinelli.
And that's like left back.
At the moment, Trossard has a rich vein of being able to score goals.
Yep.
And that's what you need, right? That's what you want.
How about, I mean, he's our second top goal scorer. He's got 17 goals this season as somebody. He's the second top. He's only got 2 assists though. But for someone who hasn't even been a regular starter for half the season, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I was really pleased when we signed him. I was quite pleased, very pleased when we signed him, because I kind of rated him. And when myself and Ray were talking about who we wanted to bring at that time, we both said, "Oh, I think Trossard would do a job for us." But then it all went over to that Mudryk, which didn't work, and then we managed to get Trossard at his steal. It's like £27.5 million is nothing in today's in the world of football, right? So that was a pinch, and for the amount of goals that he's paid us back, and some of those goals have been match-winning goals, you know, and he's done so much work for us off of the bench as well. Perfect.
He's got 9 in his. He's got 9 Premier League goals in his last 17 games, and he's got 5 in his last 7. And not once has he, only once in this year has he played the full 90 minutes, and that was against Luton, and he didn't score. I think there was quite a few times he came on as a sub. So I'm with you there. I definitely want Trossard to start the game. So how do you think your game's going to go? Because Everton are on the beach, aren't they? I did got a message from an Everton podcast a couple of nights ago. Could I do a prediction? And so I said, I think we're going to beat. I was there when we beat them 4-0. I think that I'll be happy with a 3-1, a 3-0, just because we need to get some goals, don't we, Sam? Because we have a look at the league table. We're only 1 goal difference ahead of Man City. If they draw their game, which is the most we can hope from West Ham, we need to win ours. And if we win, then we're going to have a goal difference of at least 2 more than them. And that could do it. But how do you see it all going?
I think the best advice I can give to fellow fans is that tomorrow you don't really worry about what's happening with Man City and West Ham. What we need to do is make sure that we just take care of our business. We just need to win. We just need to get all 3 points, whether it's a 1-0 or a 5-0. We need to get all 3 points and just take care of business and finish the season with that win. And then whatever happens in that other game happens. Because at the end, at the end of the day, there's 2 questions you can ask yourself. The first one is it possible that Arsenal will beat Everton tomorrow? And the answer to that is yes.
Yep.
Is there a possibility that West Ham could hold Man City to a draw, or pull off an unbelievable, a win out of nowhere? It's possible. It's football. I mean, we've lost to teams that we should never have lost to. Wrexham. Things can happen in football. Teams can have an off day. I'm not stupid enough to put a month's rent on it. Of course not. But belief, there is a possibility that we could come out winners tomorrow. It's a slim one. But the crack, there's a crack of the door is still open, right? So it's very possible. And I'm going to cling to that. I just want us to take care of business, because the worst thing that could happen is that we have a really shitty performance for whatever reason tomorrow, and City also don't get the points that they need. And then we come out of it looking back thinking it was in our hands. Had we just been able to take care of business, of our own business, we could have come out with something. So that's what's important for me tomorrow.
Avon wants Dyche in goal. We've got another question there from Liam. We'll come to that in a minute. A Canterbury Kuna sums it up. Just win. Nothing else. Just win. We don't need any other issues from you. Some noisy bastard out there.
I mean, for me, right? When I saw what we did last season, I found last season to be really exciting, and probably the most exciting season since the last time that we won the league for me. And when I got to the end of last season, I was like, wow, I wonder where we go from here. I wonder how we managed to capitalize on a season like that. And this season so far this year has been much better than last season. So for me, wherever we end at the end of this season, I'm going to feel extremely proud of this team, but I'm still going to have the belief that we can edge Man City, that we're edging, that the gap between us and them is getting very, very small.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hente's just put something up, and I did have a maybe I got it in one of the previous. That's this. Do you still believe? Is it that one? Oh no, it'll be in the Man United one. Where's my Man United game? Because I had the PNG saved in that one. Here we go. Hente has put Arsenal won the last. have won their last 12 final league games of the season. There you go, people. It's on the screen. Game 38. The last time, in fact, if you go, the last time we didn't win or draw, the last game of the season was 2004, 2005. We have won all but 2.
Wow.
We tend to be quite solid.
Good stat, isn't it? That's a very good stat to have. Yeah, that's very...
and we got the 4-0 against Everton before. I think we've played Everton last game of the season a couple of times. I remember they played Norwich that time and beat them 5-0 with a Jack Wilshere wonder goal. But if you just look at that run there, Stan, from game 21 to game 37, we lost once. We've beaten, I mean, if anybody follows Hente on Twitter, it is HENTE_.
I mean,
I don't remember the list. It's 4 letters.
We talk about Everton maybe being on the beach, and we look at West Ham and say, well, what are they playing for? Well, you could say that the players could want to, they want to probably see their manager off on a high. It wasn't so long ago that he actually helped them to win their first European trophy in I don't know how long. So maybe you'd like to think that the players would want to really put in as much as they can for this last game. And like I say, I always think that no matter where you are in the league, I think now that teams are looking at Man City when they come there, and surely they want to say, okay, let's really see if we can test ourselves against this team. Let's see how good we are. The person who's got to pick up Haaland, you've got to have the best game of your career. But let's see what you can do. And if there is going to be a new manager coming in, this is now where players are want to put themselves either in the shop window for a move on from West Ham, or to make sure that they put themselves in a light so that when the new manager comes in, they're one of the first names that goes onto the team sheet. So they are having quite a lot to play for. They're playing for their careers at West Ham or playing for a bigger move.
Boy Tennis always likes a little bit of conspiracy. If City lose, the internet would crash. The international bankers would never allow it. They would be able to do business for a day.
Yeah, the Illuminati wouldn't be too happy either.
No, they wouldn't. Hello. Right, people, put your predictions in the chat. So far, we've got Sai has gone 5-2 Everton. Terence has gone 2-0 the Arsenal and plus City 2, West Ham 2. Oh, just imagine that, Stan.
Oh, fuck me. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Eh? Oh.
It would be good. Oh, here we go. Brady, you've put yours in. I can't. He's got to make it easy for me to read because I've got 45 seconds to do the whole of the preview. Do it like Sire's done. Arsenal 2, Everton 5. Like that. Makes it so much easier for Mel Brady's.
You don't actually put that score, though.
Brady's updated it already. Thank you. So put your scores in. Arsenal 3, Everton 0. Like that. Perfect. So easy for me to read. Patrick, that'll do. RK's done theirs. Good. Stan, just got a few questions. Right, Henri's is there. Boy 10 says, is Kane cursed? One word.
Are we talking which one are we talking about? The footballer or the wrestler? Probably the footballer, imagine. Well, the wrestler's definitely cursed. His brother's the Undertaker, so that's always going to be.
Well, neither of them have got any trophies. That's all you need to worry about. So
no, but if you're Harry Kane, man, I mean, it must. I mean, as an individual, I mean. You've left Tottenham. You probably didn't really want to leave London or Tottenham, but there you go. You've gone over to a place where it's a home banker. It's a home banker. You're going to win something. He scored 44 goals in 42 games. I mean, what more can you do as an individual? And you still come away with now. Still come away with nothing. Unbelievable.
It's hilarious. Hams says, should West Ham park the bus tomorrow?
They need to do whatever they need to do to make sure that Man City don't go away with all the 3 points. And if that means parking the bus, then park the bus. If that means a low block, whatever, do that. Do whatever it takes.
Can we loan them Rice back for one game? Boy 10, no, that's a question not about tomorrow, not doing that one. That's another one about next season. We should know how many players. These are all questions that are not about preview. Pete says, if we are winning well late in the game, would you bring El Neni on for a last goodbye?
It has to be. We have to be in an extremely comfortable position to make a move like that.
Who else would you bring on in the goodbye? Ramsdale.
If we're cruising, then I don't mind it. But if it's like 1-1 and it's a bit tetchy, then no, you can't mess around. We have to be absolutely cruising to have a bit of sentiment for a player. And a player that I've liked, a player that's been a good servant. And I've always said about Elneny is this: if he's like 70% talent of what maybe our best footballer is, let's say when Mesut Ozil was in the team, if he's 70% of what Mesut Ozil is as a footballer, what I like about Elneny is that when you play him, you get all 70%. He doesn't keep anything back. Whereas there are players that have a higher percentage and you don't get it. If there are, like a Mesut Ozil, if he was 100% and Elneny is a 70%, sometimes when Mesut Ozil played, he only got 60% out of him. And you're like, what the fuck? But at least Elneny always strived to give you everything that he could, and you can't fault that. And I appreciate that.
You can't indeed. Rocky says, why can't we win the league? We can.
We can.
Yep. When needed says no. Good. Thank you for that. Avon says, make every red card count. What else have we got here? Boy10 says, Elneny can watch the grass. RKM says, if we are winning late Man Shitty 115 is losing drawing, which game do you watch? That's a good point. Say we're 4-0 up, Stan, and Man City are 1-1. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm actually going to be in part of a watch along tomorrow. So with Ray, Gary, and a few of the others. So I'll probably be playing it by ear. But I'm sure that while I'm watching the Arsenal game on my phone, I'll probably have the Man City score on the Google page so that I can keep an eye on what is going on over there.
Yeah. Someone's asked who the referee is tomorrow, and as usual, it's nigh on impossible to find out who the bloody referee is. Preview, what does it say on there? That's lineups. No. Oh, fuck's sake. It's because they don't want to surprise it and ruin it for us. What else have we got here? Rocky. Okay, that's a prediction. Any more predictions, people? Because I'm going to do it in a minute. And I've got to read them all out quickly, make it easy for me to read out. Des has put one in, and Des has put it in perfectly. Arsenal 5, Everton 1. Makes it easy for me to read. And lots of numbers. Elneny had his time. He should have been sold 2 seasons ago. I looked up, Stan. He's played 12 games in 2 seasons, nearly all of them as a substitute. Brady says, more importantly, who's on VAR? Liam says, illegal stream them both. Oh, I've got IPTV. Screen in screen. Canterbury, I won't be watching City, just Arsenal. And lots of numbers has put his prediction in. Rocky says, side by side, watch both. Right. Oh, here we go. John Hazy is having a good day because he's put 10-0. Lovely. I'll include that in the predictions. Stan, when I finish doing the predictions, say yours quickly because if I don't get it done in 45 seconds, it then goes as a video rather than a short. Right. Any more people going to do it? Because we've got 15. The record we ever had was 21 predictions. So I doubt we're going to beat 21. And that one ended up having to be a video. Just seeing if anyone else is going to put it in the chat. Because there are apparently 177 watching on Twitch. There's not. I mean, on Twitter, there's not. 31 on YouTube and 7 on Facebook. Some wise words from Boy 10. Don't celebrate early if it looks like City are losing. Yes, you are going to take a gander at the game every 9 minutes, every 9 seconds. Liam has put a prediction in. Right, people, I'm going to do the prediction. There'll be a moment of silence as I do the first one. Leave a little bit of gap, makes it easier in the editing. Here are the predictions for Everton v Arsenal on the... See? Fucked it up, Stan. It's not Everton v Arsenal, is it? It's the other way around. I'll do it again. Here is the predictions for Arsenal v Everton on the last day of the season, just before we win the title. Ronry has gone 4-0 the Arsenal. Terence Tibbs 2-0 Arsenal and 2-2 West Ham. Sire's gone Arsenal 2, Everton 5. Brady, Arsenal 3-0. Rocky, Arsenal 3-0. Patrick, Arsenal 6-0. RK, Arsenal 3-0. Boy 10, Arsenal 3-0. Rudy 2-0. Canterbury going to 1-0. Pete has gone 4-1. Rocky has gone 3-0. Des 5-1. And lots of numbers 3-1. John Hazy 10-0. Liam has gone 3-0. Rocky 4-0. Rudy 2-0. Phil Macker 3-0. Stan, prediction.
Arsenal 3, Everton 1.
I'm going Arsenal 3, Everton 1. that was the predictions. Thank you very much and good night. That's weird, Stan. We both picked the same one.
That wasn't planned.
Wasn't planned. You know how much us two know about football, so you know 3-1 isn't going to happen.
Exactly.
Right, we've done 45 minutes. Stan needs to go and watch the football. Boy 10 has ended the
Boxing.
season with Sai is a heretic. Sai's a cheeky
I'm
monkey.
off to watch boxing. I've got about an hour or two yet before the boxing. I might watch some of the undercard to get myself going into it. And I'd like to say a little bit there. I really hope that Oleksandr Usyk cleans Tyson Fury's clock. Because I used to really like Tyson Fury, but of late, he seems to be ducking fights and his old man is an embarrassment. Whereas Oleksandr Usyk comes across more as a gentleman to me. So I hope Usyk wins. Patriotism is out of the window on this one.
There you go. Lovely. So, Stan, thank you very much for being with me for the whole of the season. Even when you haven't been too well, you still managed to come and do it. Tell people where they can find you tomorrow if they want to do a watch-along.
Yeah, I'm going to be with the boys over on the Arsenal fan circle. We'll probably be starting about half an hour before kickoff. So if you want to join us with the watch-along over on the YouTube, you can find us there. And you can also find me on Twitter at Stan_the_man68. And let's all keep our fingers crossed, fellow Gooners. And let's hope that by the end of this match, we'll be jumping up and down on our sofas and running around, screaming at the top of our voices because we have secured our Premier League title, first one in 20 years. It's possible. Believe.
Fine words, Stan. And here's a fine outro. See you tomorrow, me and Deke, straight after the game. Goodbye.
Out it goes to Lee Dixon. Long ball from Lee Dixon. Smith will hold it up, plays it square to Thomas. And Thomas goes inside Nickel. And Thomas is there. And Thomas has scored for Arsenal. In injury time, Michael Thomas has scored for Arsenal. A ball played through the gap. Thomas was there. He held off two challenges, kept his head. By my watch, we are a minute and a half into injury time, and Michael Thomas may have won.